Welcome to the League, exploring the League of Legends lore from A to Z. My name is Rebecca.
And I'm John.
My name is Mark.
Today we're talking about the Piltover Enforcer Vi, who was released December 19th, 2012. I keep wanting to say the Piltoven or something. Piltover.
The Pilty.
It makes sense either way, you know.
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess, but it's like maybe to hone in on the fact that she's not Piltoven.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. This will be an interesting episode because she has a handful of stories, she's got lore, she's got cinematics, but you know what? Fuck all them, because you know what Canon Vi is now? Arcane.
Yeah.
So
Arcane.
There are some things that maybe might still make sense, but a lot that don't. So
Yeah,
we'll
I kind of want to
go over.
I kind of want to go over what's presented to us, and then I assume even older bios maybe that exists. We've talked a lot about Arcane. We have specific episodes for it. So for real deep looks into Arcane, that'll be good. But I think we'll go over. I kind of am more interested in the big differences between her.
Yeah.
What's on the universe page and how Arcane changes that.
Yeah.
Rather than just going through all of Arcane, because
Yeah,
we did that already.
we did it.
And we're gonna do it again.
Yeah,
We are going to do it again.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
As a heads up,
Exactly.
before season 2 comes out, we
We'll
will
have
be
it
doing more
updated,
Arcane
yeah.
episodes.
Well, I think also being able to look at it with now confirmation from Riot saying this is not something you have to sit here and figure out whether or not you should take it seriously
Right.
in that way. I mean, you should take it seriously because it's good. We'll cast it in a new light, right?
Yeah.
So I think that will be an interesting way to watch it, for sure.
So what's Vi sound like?
I also was thinking of a quote where she taunts Caitlyn. That's really funny. Because you'd put...
Oh, really? Oh, but,
Although I forget what the quote was now. I listened to it 8 million times. So, Mark, you go first.
sure, yeah. Here to save the day or wreck it.
Nice.
I'm a wreck it.
Classic one. I feel like I didn't realize how many of my quotes that, like, I was familiar with until I was looking at them. I'm like, oh, I can hear all of these.
Because she doesn't have a lot. You hear them a lot on repeat.
That's true. Okay, this is a taunt at Caitlyn. Oh, look at me! I'm on the case!
That's a fun one. Anyone where you have to do someone else doing a fake or
Right.
bad accent. That's pretty
It's
good.
great because I feel like if I were trying to do Caitlyn, that's what I would sound like. That's really... I was just like, just do your best Kate impression, and that was it.
Nailed it. Care for a spot of tea? Or maybe a spot of punch in the face?
I like it. That's good because you got two. You got two on
You
that
got
one.
both of them.
You got the
I
Caitlyn.
didn't have to do a Vi impression there. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta make a door. That's the other one you wrote down. There we go.
Beautiful.
There's my Vi impression.
Nice. Very
Not
good.
Vi as Caitlyn. Well, on the Riot Universe page, she has a bio, 2 short stories, kind of. One of them, they mention Vi once in it, and then she actually has a longer short story we talked about for Urgot that it's her
Not
point
on
of view,
Universe.
not on Universe.
Right?
Yeah, there's also some old concept art, which was kind of fun. The first one is like so wildly different from what they ended up with.
Yeah, I
don't
know. Right?
It was like a completely different
very
style.
young.
Yeah, she looks really young.
And style too. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And also, as a treat, there's more. Since Arcane is canon now, then we also have something called the Council Archives, which was a microsite that came about when Arcane launched that actually has a lot of information we don't get anywhere else.
Yeah, I remember that. I forgot to look at it for this. Interesting. I think at the time I had read it and it's like, oh, this is neat. But again, at the time I was like, I don't really know how much of this I should really log into my brain.
Right.
Put away in the little vault where all the league lore exists. So
Time to get out Vi's Vault Breaker and break that information loose.
Good one,
yeah,
Ryan.
Flow Incorporated.
Well, for Vi's bio, I'll go over what's here. I would say None of it is canon at this point based on Arcane, but this
Yeah.
is what they had for Vi.
Yeah. I would say certain parts of it could be.
Yes, they also added a couple of paragraphs here, I feel like.
Yeah. And certain parts could be tweaked if we just add context we don't have to the blanks.
Yeah.
It's by
Sure,
Graham McNeil, by
sure.
the way.
Oh, okay. All right, Vi was a normal orphan in Zon. People don't know what happened to her parents. There will never be any mention of her having a sister as well in the bio. Not really. She grew up in Hope House, the, I assume, extremely full orphanage in Zon. As a kid, she was basically like a petty thief, but they do make sure to mention that she would never steal from someone who couldn't afford it. She would never hurt someone who didn't deserve it. She's a good thief, don't worry.
Yeah.
When she was older, she formed a bit of a gang to take on some bigger crimes. Did they say the name of her gang?
No, and I'm
No.
so upset about it because
Why?
the rival gang had such a
They had
dumb
great
name.
Oh, okay. I thought they were kind of fun.
I liked the idea. I wanted to know all of the various
Yeah, I
gangs.
did
They mentioned
too,
some
yeah.
other one in another one of the stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, Factory
Remember
with
what they're
Fiends
called?
is here, and then the other one, I think I wrote it down. Old Hungry Scars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an interesting.
I really want to know Vi's
I
gang's
know. Why
name.
wouldn't they? Anyway, it's okay.
The Pink Pummelers.
Oh, that's good.
Do
See?
they all have to wear pink? This is getting very Gotham City already.
There's a quick paragraph after this to mention that she found a mentor from the guy who runs the bar at the edge of the lanes. And that's basically all they say about him. So one day Vi heard of some money being passed around the Chem Barons, so she wanted to do a heist with her gang, but she thought they needed more help, so she brought in a rival gang called the Factory Wood Fiends. Surely this is going to go super duper well. On the heist, the Factory Wood leader killed the owner of the mine with some big metal fists. They were all rickety and gross, but we know those. Trapped all the workers, and then everyone, including her gang, took off with the money. Except for Vi, of course. She wanted to save everybody. She donned the big metal hands and punched her way out. Good job, Vi.
I'm just imagining that this is like Clagger and
Right? They just ditched her.
Milo and
No,
Clagger just
they
like,
wouldn't.
fuck off. No, they
Nah.
wouldn't.
She then took the big metal fist to the Factory Wood Fiends and beat them all up. Vi just kind of disappeared for a while. Not long after that, no one really know where she went. There's rumors she died in an explosion. I'm not sure if that was added after Arcane or not.
Had to have been.
But I don't know. But one day, Old Hungry Scars, a gang who liked to murder folks in Zon, was brought down by the sheriff of Piltover and her new partner. Vi,
It was Vi.
obviously. Yeah. She's got fancy hex tech fists now. The bio ends with a nice cryptic, no one knows how she became Caitlin's partner, but it might have something to do with this blue-haired girl. Getting up to
That's
mischief.
The wackadoo.
Yeah.
Who's this crazy character? Oh man. Yeah.
So you mentioned that there was no reference of her having a sister in here. Although there's
Yeah, there is the one thing.
Oh, there
Yeah.
is?
A notoriously mad sump scrapper claims to have found her adrift in a bassinet large enough for two.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. I forgot
Specifically, like in the ruins of like a chem lab or something, right? Isn't that the detail of that whole line?
I think
Probably.
so.
Yeah.
Interesting. That
'Cause I
almost
thought at
implies
the
that they're
time-
twins, but
Yeah, I mean, who knows? I guess I always thought it sort of implied that there was some sort of weird Zon experimentation that had happened on her
Ooh.
and
I like that.
and Jinx.
Yeah. And they like branded them all with their numbers.
And their weird color hair.
Exactly right. Yeah.
Because why else do they
That's
have
why
pink
she's-
and blue hair? No one else does.
This is a fantasy world, okay? Let's make it clear. No one has unnatural hair color.
Unless they have dead
no.
parents. That's the rule.
Mm.
And also, I
They
remember...
say specifically, by the way, that she stands out in Zon because of her pink hair.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Now, another reason that people originally connected the two as well or thought they were sisters is because when Jinx was being released, her tagline, or her tag rather, because she tagged a bunch of the website pages, it was not a Jinx, it was a big X. People were like, X is Roman numeral for 10, Vi is Roman numeral for 6. Is this someone else in whatever shit Vi was doing? And that was kind of the start of, I think, all of the this has to be the sister.
Yeah.
And then we heard her voice quotes, which, you know.
I mean, you know what? It's fine. They shouldn't bury the lead too hard. I think it's better that they just are kind of upfront about it than trying to pull the wool over our eyes or whatever they're trying to do. But
which they did for so long. There were several times where rioters confirmed that they were sisters and then had to say, oops, sorry, my bad. No, they're not sisters. And then other ones would say, yeah, they're sisters for sure. And then be like, oh, no, sorry.
I feel like they learned that by Yasuo and Yone. They were like, It only makes sense if, like, the characters are also unsure for themselves if they're related, something like that. Like, this doesn't work for, I don't know, especially Vi being so notorious in Zon. Her sister would be with her. It just doesn't make sense. I see what they were trying to do, something fun though and different, and gotta applaud them for that.
Yeah, I assume it. Like, I really do believe that there was at one point somewhere internally at Riot a storyline around like a group of experimentees in Zon and Piltover. Right, and that's part of why, because she has that video game sort of protagonist. Not really amnesia, it's just that, she's an orphan, right? She's a little orphan girl who doesn't know what the fuck her origins are. So, yeah, obviously now it makes no sense. It's fine. We just jettison it. Like,
yeah. She did have some kind of amnesia originally.
Yeah.
Like
really? I read is that the old bio?
It's one of the old versions.
Okay,
there's a bunch of versions, but they tweak so little.
Yeah.
This was the one though that mentioned she had no memory, and even her name wasn't Vi. People just call her Vi because of her tattoo.
The tattoo.
She doesn't remember her name.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now we know her name's Violet.
I guess that's fair. Yeah, I don't know. It's I was trying to think how I felt about it.
It's very tough to
separate this.
Yeah, like knowing that it doesn't matter, knowing that most of this is not canon.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I like that what I was talking about with like maybe being able to make parts of it canon if you fill in the blanks. Maybe after their parents died and Vander took them off the bridge, he didn't adopt them at that point. Maybe he did bring them to the orphanage, and then at some point after that, they took more of like a mentorship, fatherly role afterwards and started spending more time there. I don't think so. I think that's dumb. Yeah. But
it kind of ruins the character to a degree, but
right?
Right. Destroys all my respect for Vander. No.
Hey, I found these two snot-nosed kids. Take them off my hands.
He goes around and collects them. He just brings in bags of them.
I mean, I guess you can't adopt every orphan you run into in Zon, right?
It's right.
Although that's why he has a basement full of kids, I guess. Oh, that sounded so bad. A basement full of kids, positive.
Right, they're free to come and go as they please.
Yeah, they're not prisoners.
Yes. Yeah, there are locks on the door. What of it?
It's fine.
On the outside.
Yeah, I like the mystery they set up here. If it had worked, the idea of Vi disappearing and then becoming the sheriff's partner, that's fucking bananas. You gotta wonder how that happened. I'm still kind of wondering now with Arcane, though. I'm like, are you gonna become the sheriff's partner?
She's gotta. They can't take that away.
I know. I just can't imagine Arcane Vi as an enforcer, even where we had left her.
Final episode of season 2. Do you think she gets a badge?
Maybe. That's a possibility.
Cut to credits.
I feel like that's going to be happening way earlier, honestly.
Yeah?
I feel like she's going to get deputized way earlier, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, Caitlyn was so far from being the sheriff in Arcane. She had just started, so...
Although
I feel like it's a little bit
the sheriff
down the line.
did... So...
That's fair. So they'll just promote the new recruit to sheriff?
That's how it works.
Hey, do you know how many enforcers died in that explosion from Jinx? She might be the only one left.
She's the next line. She's like, bye, please. There's only 2 of us. You gotta help me.
In a lot of the stories we get the same enforcers over and over again that get named, so who knows?
That's true. It'd be hard to drum up attendance. Sure, everybody got blown up. Oh, the last guy blown up.
Do you want to join?
Anyway, be here at 6.
We're meeting on Bomb Street.
We're meeting in the ruins of the old training center.
Police headquarters.
There's some like weird dog running around with bombs, but it's probably fine. Or however they might see Ziggs in Arcane. I don't know.
I guess he'd just be a regular Yordle, I guess.
Right? Yeah, I guess.
Who knows?
Oh, yeah, Yordles are just in the world
I don't
now.
want to deal with it right now.
Okay, never mind. We'll deal with that when we talk about
We
Vandal
can, I
Tale.
guess.
That's right. All right, short story.
Sure,
Interrogation
yeah.
101.
Interrogation 101.
For the
Yes, this is
record.
actually...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say it's a continuation of that Caitlyn story from back when we did Caitlyn. If anyone remembers that.
Back in the day on the seas, 17 years ago.
But, yeah, so the setup is that in that story, Caitlyn had tracked down some guy who was doing black market hex tech arms dealing, wheeling and dealing, and had blown his hand off and had brought him in and called a Vi to come and interrogate him. I suppose. I don't really remember if she actually called Vi. I remember her just getting the hat at the very end. Right? Like Indiana Jones or something like that. Yeah. But,
It's a really tall hat. Trying to slide through the door.
Good luck. Nice shot, kid. He puts it on Caitlyn, and then she pulls the hat up, and it's her all much older and shit.
For the
Shooting
record,
some
no,
other
they
guy's
didn't
hand.
call Caitlyn or they didn't call Vi because they said they had tried a bunch of interrogations before Vi, and then they called her as a last resort because she's.
Oh yeah, you're right.
She's the one who beats people
She's
up.
the one who beats
And
people.
they have to like tell her not to with like a wink and a nudge.
Right.
Careful.
We want to slip and put but yeah, she has been brought in to deal with this guy Devaki. Is that his name?
Yeah,
I think so.
Devaki.
Yeah. Because they can't get him to crack. He's a tough nut. And she goes in to go interrogate him, and he knows her. He knows her from back in the day. And at first he's like, hey, bye, I'm good to see you. And then she starts, lifting him up by his shirt collar, and she's trying to get the information out of him. But she doesn't beat him up. I think that's the interesting turn, is that she doesn't actually kick his ass or anything, really. She mostly just threatens him to kind of let people know down in Zon that actually he's been informing on them for years, which is a lie. But she just knows that if she spreads that rumor, she knows the right people to talk to, and he'll get super killed. So she's able to kind of hang that threat over him, and he breaks down, and she successfully interrogates him. Right?
Yeah.
Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, it's a pretty short color story. Vi's pretty funny in the beginning of it, talking about her sex dreams to the receptionist. Yeah. I don't know.
That like front desk.
Yeah.
cop.
Yeah, the bookings or whatever.
Overall, I'm so curious how they're going to bring all of this about, bring Enforcer Vi about in Arcane, because I think the police brutality thing doesn't really work and fit with me. It doesn't feel good. Doesn't feel good, guys. And I don't think they're going to do that to Vi necessarily. Especially to people who are known and friendly, and she's like using that to be violent towards them. I don't know. Like, it feels weird. Does it feel weird to everybody else? You feel weird? Okay.
Because this is kind of like, I feel like the types of jobs it seems like Devaki is pulling are very similar to
Just
the
what
types
she was
that
doing.
she would have.
Yeah. So her to like
so-
now use this power she has to beat him up for a paycheck that could be interesting for a character, but not one you want to be a good character.
I think that's the thing I would say more, is that like the try and turn in the bio of her being like she's true and good and kind hearted. She would never punch someone who didn't deserve a punch. It's like, I don't know. I think Arcane Vi lines up a lot. Frankly, I think Arcane Vi lines up a lot more with someone who would engage in some more gray area. Someone who would take the law into their own hands to do what they think is kind of needs to happen, right? Like the Vi that they're trying to paint here, to me, is more disparate from the actions that she takes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think also I was going to say, I think some of the way she's kind of, the voice she has in the longer story, the Child of Zon, I thought that to me seemed more believable. Because this is a lot more lighthearted and kind of funny, and it's kind of poking fun at the whole thing. So I don't know.
Yeah, it definitely like the Vi from that story that like was kind of willing to sacrifice her life to save the other Zonites. That's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, I mean,
more the Vi that I have in mind.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, also like that in that story, I think you obviously you get a lot more time with her, and it's all in her head. Much, I guess, I don't know, maybe not more, but it's just more serious, right? So it's more time for the character to kind of like show things like her, being, I guess, having a temper and being willing to like she can't help but sometimes indulge in roughing people up when they get under her skin, which I guess like is not like an admirable trait in any way, obviously. I guess it just felt more better established and more like a natural fit, I guess is kind of my feeling. Might be the way to describe it.
So there's a few lines I have in here. Early on in the story, said all she wanted to do was go back home, get her fists off, and bathe her fists in ice water. Which I looked everywhere, and I don't think we ever released this kind of proof of concept cinematic. But I think it was probably pre-Arcane days when Arcane was still like ideating. They had done a proof of concept sketch cinematic, basically, is like pen on paper kind of animation that was all just a day in the life of Vi, where she's just coming back from a day of work, takes her fists off, looks into the mirror, gives like a long, forlorn sigh, and just soaks her fists in ice water. And
Yeah, you could see a sketch of this actually in The Art of League of Legends, which is linked. Kind of her standing in front of the mirror.
Yeah, that was from that cinematic, or,
Sketch,
used in it. Yeah, that was cool to see.
Yeah, I always really loved that image. I thought that was such an inspired idea for her. And I guess it was like, I remember that at the time being one of the first times, the feeling of like, the feelings that like Arcane invokes in me now, or what kind of, I felt a little bit like the flutterings of when I saw that, of like peeling away the League of Legends part into like, and getting into like the character part a little bit.
Peeling away the League of Legends, yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice nod, I guess.
Yeah, I like that. Did they ever release the Darius one?
They did the Fear one, or the one where he's monologuing.
I think we talked
I guess he did
about
monologues
this
in Fear.
in
I
the
feel like we did.
Darius episode, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
The Fear one is where he's walking through the woods. But there was another one, where he was like giving a whole little speech. And I guess that's the thing. He does a speech in both of them, but it's the one where it's just about his like face and him talking through and like him emoting and stuff. So no, I don't think that ever got out.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Vi's got a line. I'm the one they send in when asking all polite doesn't get you anywhere, Cupcake. Which I was a little hurt on behalf of
hurt.
Caitlin. Like, I thought that was their special name.
There can be a lot of
still.
cupcakes.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with a lot of cupcakes. Right?
So when she gets in there, Devaki doesn't have a hand. And she's like, what happened to your hand? He said, your damn sheriff shot it off. This was a high-end augment from Bronzio's. And, like, does Caitlyn just really hate augments? Like, let's think back for a second. When Savika's about to kill Vi, instead of killing Savika or anything like that, what does Caitlyn do? She shoots out Savika's augment. In this case, could have done anything to kind of disable him. What does she do? Fucking shoots off his augment.
She could do it without, hurting them very badly.
In the Warriors cinematic, when they're about to free Urgot, who's going to murder all of them, Caitlyn, she could have headshot him if she wanted to. Nope. Hits him right in the metallic augmented
her passive
arm.
Wasn't stacked. Okay. Shit was not stacked. She did not hit the net.
She's
Even
like
if it was, she'd shoot him in the head, it'd do fucking 5 damage.
She's like a bull, and her red is just augment. She just loses herself.
That bloodlust that gets over. It's so they can have violence with it only being a teen rating. When you shoot someone's augment off, it's fine. It's cool. Yeah.
Vi can punch people anywhere. She can beat them up. Caitlyn has a sniper rifle, John.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard for her to get play in cinematics in some ways.
Yeah.
So, for the record, the whole incident, they mention at one point, God, what did Devaki say?
Say hello to your mother for me. Oh,
She,
is that not what he said?
she mentioned, Vi mentions that she can punch through walls with her new fists. 'Cause I think Devaki was like, "Oh, what are those?" Like, "Oh yeah, I've got these. I can punch through them." And he mentions like, "Oh yeah, I remember that from the Ecliptic Vaults debacle." And for the record, that is a reference to a different story, which I think was a Jinx bio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where Jinx told him that she could rob the Ecliptic Vault, so they set up all these traps for Jinx and waited outside for her, and it turns out that she outsmarted them, and she was inside the whole time. She had been smuggled in, and so Vi broke through the wall of the vault and basically trashed the entire fucking place.
Yeah, I guess, like, I mean, I bet they just wrote all this shit in one big, like, 72-hour session. That's why everything's all, like, nicely connected, right? Graham McNeil didn't sleep for a week writing all this fucking shit.
And then they made Arcane and made it all not canon.
Right.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, man.
Your watch is
It happens.
Oh my god. Come on.
Shit, dude.
Go on.
You're so right, though.
You don't have to say that to him. His head's big enough.
How?
She said enough, right? It's not too big, not too small. It's big enough, right?
Yeah, that's all the notes I had for that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I guess I do like the fact that she didn't actually end up beating this guy up that much. That she,
She'd
did
throw him
something
across
else.
the room, I think.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
gotta.
I guess it's true. Yeah,
Like, I'd rather
he was
be
still.
punched than thrown across the room, but I don't know.
Not by those
What do I know?
fists.
That's
This is-
fair.
It's hard because, like, with her and her fists in general, it's very like Looney Tunes logic almost.
Right.
Like,
Because
the
that would
idea
be
of,
like
you
getting
got
hit with a
punched.
car.
Yeah, if that thing punched you, it's like, yeah, like you said, that it's like a pneumatic drill or something. It's like it's mining equipment. It would just fucking kill you. You'd be on a live leak video somewhere. You're not like, oh, I'm seeing stars. Like it's like you're fucked up for life, probably. So that's I guess that's something that colors some of my view of like all of it in this and the short story, the other story, and even like her VO is that like, if you played it more realistic, it's like, yeah, it's pretty brutal and very bad, the things that she does, but it's all like done in here in these stories, like I said, through this lens of like, oh, I knocked him on the head and now he's got a big like lump that right.
Puts raw meat on.
Yeah, right, or something like that. So not that that's like something we should like. I don't know if that's a worthy allowance to give them. It's just something that I can't help but like feel when I read it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely felt like that in the Child of Zon story.
At least the start. I think it
Yeah,
drops
right at
that
the
a lot
start.
later. Yeah, but at the start for sure.
When she hits their head so hard they're both knocked out by
Yeah,
slamming
right,
them into
like-
a door. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, like if you're knocked to the point of unconsciousness, like it's a very bad thing to be. It's something that could easily kill you. All right, like that's like, oh no. Anyway, do we want to get into that now that we're kind of talking about it, right?
I want to
Yeah.
talk about Progress Day first.
Okay. The one
Oh,
time
sure.
she's mentioned
Yeah.
progress.
Let's dig into
Yeah.
it.
So Caitlin says, maybe so, but I don't think many Apprenta have such detailed maps of Piltover hidden within their work. I'm Caitlin, and I've walked a beat for more years than I care to count, so I know this city's streets better than most, and I have to say you did a damn accurate job. Even Vi could walk blindfolded around Piltover with those plans and not get lost. So that's Vi in Progress Day.
Yeah, she's great in it. Really funny.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, it's a reference to how she's not from round there. It's good, right?
Not from around there.
That's right. She's not from around those parts. Anyway, she's a carpetbagger or whatever. The opposite of that, I suppose.
All right, now we can do Child of Zon by Ian St. Martin.
Yeah, we did it for her pretty recently. Like we said, it starts with Vi. She just picked up a couple of hooligans. They were trashing a tea shop. And they were doing it in the name of Zonite independence or equality. But it also seems like they're actually just kind of they're privileged Medarda clan kids who are maybe just doing it for their own jollies. But she brings them in. She does knock them unconscious in the process. And then Caitlyn called her up. You gotta go see Caitlyn. Caitlyn's your boss. You gotta go see her. So she goes up to Caitlyn's office, and Caitlyn's like, slaps a file down on the desk, and is like, I've got a new job. I got a job for you. And there's some crazy shit brewing down in Zon, and it's something that's so crazy that the people who are asking for help are the clan, not the clan barons. The Kim Barons. Kim Barons, thank you. There's the clan people and the Kim slip. People. Right.
They're all in each other's pockets.
They're all, yeah, right. Everyone's fingers are in each other's pies. Anyway, so something's brewing, and it's got the whole existing power structure shook from the bottom to the top, and so they're sending Vi down back into Zon to figure out what's going on. And the cover is that because she has just rubbed up some Medarda tier, now that's a like. It's like a Pavlovian response. I don't know. I hear Medarda, and so I say Medarda tier. A big thank you to the two Medarda tier hooligans. It's caused enough political problems that they're able to kind of like say, "Oh, we're firing her or putting her on administrative leave or something of that nature."
We do an internal investigation.
Yeah, so she can go down into Zon, kind of. Without the auspices of actually being a warden. So she heads down there. While she's going down, she starts seeing a lot of these symbols kind of etched all over the place, and they're like a spider, essentially. And she gets down there, and she runs into some hooligans who also have that spider on their, tatted on themselves and on their clothes. And she beats them up. She does kind of get hurt in the process, and she goes to the one spot she knows she'll be kind of safe down in the bottom level of Zon, which is that Hope orphanage where she came from. And when she gets there, she runs into a... Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, as part of her being kicked off the force, too, she had to surrender her fists. So this is kind of her first time fighting without him in who knows how long.
Her hands, as she calls them, which I kind of like that she just calls them her hands. But yeah, so that's the other thing too, right? So she's unarmed, unhanded. But yeah, she runs into an old friend, a young woman named Ro, who she had known when she was a little younger there, as a little girl who had been there with her, and she eventually had left and has come back. And Bro makes mention of someone or something called the Voice, which is the same thing that those gangers that she had beaten up had also made mention of. And I think she sees that Ro also has that same spider symbol, like in a pin, I want to say, kind of on her jacket. And she eventually gets taken to they're having a group meeting, a little meeting between all the people who are believers and whatever this thing is. And Ro vouches for Vi. Vi gets in, and then there's a guy there, and he's like this speaker, and he's starting to frenzy up the crowd, and he's making reference to this thing or this guy called the Dreadnought, who's going to come and solve all their fucking problems. And Vi kind of has had enough, and she gets up and she kind of causes a big scene, and they sort of let her go.
Fucking worst undercover cop ever.
She's not very good at it.
This is lawless. Right? Have you guys considered turning yourselves into the fine Piltover peacemaker?
How about we get a list of everybody's names, first and last, please?
Just for my own records.
Where's all the cool Tim Baroning going on? You guys want to take me over there? Yeah. She goes back to the Hope Orphanage, I want to say, and Ro is gone, and then she kind of realizes that whatever's happening is sort of... there is a scene where she checks in with Caitlyn, essentially. There's kind of she has to go check in with Caitlyn as her handler and let her know what's going on. And Caitlyn is sort of playing things real coy, very close to the chest. And Vi kind of catches wind that something's going on to do with hex tech, hex crystals, and the clans, the Piltover clan leaders are also really interested in what's going on. So whatever this is affecting all the major players. it's got something to do with Hex Tech, which is like the big thing, obviously, and Caitlin can't really talk about it, right?
The council's up my ass. You gotta take care of this for me, Vi.
Caitlin is, I know we say it every time, but she's so like that, right? Like, in this. You're a damn good cop, but you're too reckless. You play by, yeah. Fucking, yeah, and then she goes back to the Hope House, and Ro is gone, and she kind of realizes that whatever's happening, it's happening now. She needs to get to where it's happening, and what's going on is that there's the Spire they've established. It's a big factory where they make synthetic hex crystals. It causes a shit ton of pollution down in Zon, and the members of this cult have all attacked it, and they've overrun the guards, and they're stealing the hex crystals, and everyone's there all happy chappy, and fucking Urgot. They're like, here he comes. It's low. Yonder wind breaks. It's the fucking dreadnought, and it's Urgot. And he's clinking along the spire. He comes on down, and he's like, fuck these hex crystals. Y'all fucked up. It kills the voice, and and we kind of went over it with Urgot. He just wants the strong, whatever that may be, to survive. And they're like, yeah, test me. So he unleashes his horror. Test me, Daddy Urgot. Yeah. And he says, oh.
Oh.
He didn't expect he got cop car. No, he poisons fucking everybody. And most people start dying, including Ro. And Vi does try to save her, but is not able to. And so she resolves to go fuck up Urgot. And then I don't know, she essentially kind of makes her way up the spire ahead of Urgot and his people, because she knows that that's where all the Pilties are, the high-ranking Piltovans, and if they get killed, like, who gives a fuck about these Zonites? But if the Piltovans get killed, it's going to actually cause problems and like a much bigger conflict. So she's up there. Caitlin's up there also, I guess.
This whole section, they were clearly running into character limits. There's a lot of yada yada yada.
Oh, we talked about it.
I know we've gone over this with Urgot. We haven't even got to the best part, right? Which is that, like, they're getting all ready. They're getting the VIPs out. They're getting the VIPs out. Urgot and his crew show up, and there's about to have a big fight, and then they just sort of wave it away, and we end up in a situation where Urgot's hanging off the side, and Vi has the chance to let him drop. Caitlin's like, no, don't do it. If you do it, and you know better than he is. There's some old bullshit.
They're Batman bullshit, yeah.
Some old bullshit. So they resolve to put him in jail, but to also leave all of the guns on him and all the ammunition in those guns. And so
he'll never get out, though.
He'll never get out. Never get out.
How could he get out?
No one's ever gotten out, probably. Don't look it up.
And to Vi's,
that's right.
To
They
Vi's
stripped them of all his ammo before they put him in there, so it's fine.
Ooh, shit.
They make them put in, like, you know those plugs they make you put in, like, prop guns at, like, Comic-Con and shit?
There's just, like, wine corks in them.
Wine corks. Damn, he should have a classy, like, one where he shoots, like, champagne out of his knees or whatever. Like with Gragas Esquire. To Vi's credit, at the end, she's like, you know what? He doesn't really look like he's in prison. He looks like a spider waiting in his web.
Yeah.
So I'll give her that. But that's it. I know we talked about it with Urgot story. I don't want to, like, get too hung up on the summary.
Yeah, no. That's really highlights what Vi is there. We did talk a little bit about how it should have been longer. Vi should have been there longer. All of these things that could have made it a lot deeper and better. But
would have been a great novella.
Would have been such a good novella. Really, genuinely seeing Vi go back down there and change and face what she left, which is good. I hope they address that in Arcane. I really so hope they use any Urgot shit for Arcane, because he's such a good villain.
Yes.
And him, like, inspiring a cult of people that want to be tested with chemicals to prove their strength. It's just so good. It fits so well with what's going on down there, and I would love that.
Yeah. See, this is why I kind of thought they would deputize her a lot, or like maybe earlier, and give it a little more time to kind of.
There could be another time jump, is the thing too, right?
Something like that too. Yeah.
There's such a big one in season 1, huh?
Now she's 60.
Well, no, not that guy. Just like 5 years or something. Because they definitely are still fairly young in Arcane where they left off compared to where they are now. I would say it's 10 years, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I agree with all those things about it, and I remember feeling them a lot with Urgot. And rereading it, I did actually end up liking this more. I think it's like, for what it is, I guess I'll say. Like, if I kind of accept that it's not going to get as deep as I want it to go, it's, I guess, like, Voi's got Vi, Jesus fucking Christ. Vi has a really strong voice in it.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed spending time with her a lot, and there were and just some of the general writing. I really liked the way it would describe the settings she was in. Some like that fight sequence with the thugs when she first gets into Zon, and even like the end sequence. Maybe not the. I really hate that them hand waving that fight, but the description of like when he initially unleashes his gas all over everybody is like it's pretty gripping. I kind of found.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
very cool. Now she's mentioned in a few stories. Loose Cannon, which is the Jinx bio. Jinx has an obsession with Vi for some reason.
Who can say?
The Sheriff of Piltover, which is the Caitlyn bio. She works with Vi now.
Whoa.
And then Thrill of the Chase we talked about, where Vi has given Kate intel on Devaki's shitty augmented hand. That's what kind of sends Kate after. But now it's time for some canon Vi.
Okay.
Now I'll give you some high level beats from Arcane.
Okay. John has watched Arcane the most out of all of us, so.
Yes, I have rewatched Arcane over 24 times now. So it has been a little while since my last rewatch, but still. So it starts out with Vi and Powder, who is Jinx, immediately losing their parents. They kind of see their parents' bodies, no ambiguity there, and then they're taken in by Vander from the lanes.
It's much better, I think, them losing their parents to enforcers, and then it hits so much harder. Vi then kind of working with enforcers, but later enforcers, and Caitlyn learning what enforcers used to be like and still are like in a lot of ways. It's good.
Yeah, has a lot more
layers.
A lot more layers. I like it.
Right. Yeah.
She runs with a crew, kind of the same, just running jobs. They don't have a name, so maybe they just don't have a name. Maybe that's why we didn't get the name in the bio. But things don't work out with them. There's an event, and and Vi gets separated from Jinx. Vi gets arrested, and Jinx joins an underground gang. So we get a time skip at that point, and then we find out that Vi's been in prison this whole time. And
so good.
Yeah.
That whole episode, you're just dying to see Vi, and they fucking make you wait forever.
Yeah.
But it's so good when you see her.
So Caitlyn needs to infiltrate the underground. The only way to do that is to let Vi help her. So she gets Vi out of jail. Stillwater Hold. They go down to the underground, see what things are really like down there. And Vi's kind of following the trail. Really, obviously, yeah, she doesn't like Silco. Caitlyn's down there for Silco. Vi's down there for Jinx.
Yeah.
Vi wants to reunite with her sister. She's finding out that Jinx is working for Silco, which is a huge bummer. So we're following her. And they do finally reunite, and then get separated again, and then reunite again. There's a relationship there between Vi and Caitlyn. Never explicitly sealed with a kiss, but, it's more than implied.
It better be more implied later. If I have to watch Jace fuck.
We did have to watch Jace fuck. It's unrelated to Vi, but it is something that we had to do.
It's something that I remember more vividly than I would like to.
Yes. A big difference here is that Vi gets her gauntlets from Jace. Mm-hmm. So, she didn't get them from an underground mining thing.
Well, she did get those first ones, right? Didn't she, play with, kind of really shitty prototypes of them?
Vanders or whatever?
Yeah, those were Vander's metal
Vanders,
knuckles that he used to kind of fight with.
They were similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were heavy as fuck. These ones are much bigger but lighter somehow. Hextech magic.
Hextech.
Yeah, sure. Fuck it.
I have the name and the fun fact somewhere, but her original gauntlets, we have the name of who actually developed them, but they didn't anymore. Now it's developed by Jace and Victor. They did it together.
Was it Stanwick Padiddly?
You know, it wasn't.
No. Yeah, I think she's past the point of him existing.
It should have been.
I mean, he does exist, just not as we know
Yeah.
him.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, so, you know, at the end, Vi and Jinx have kind of a bit parted ways. I don't think Vi
They had
has given
an
up.
awkward
but-
family dinner.
Awkward family dinner. Again, things didn't work out like you'd want it to.
I'm just liking the way you're running through these plot points in a very interesting way. It's interesting to me.
And that's Vi.
Yeah, Canon Vi. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to get too in the weeds there, but yeah. Now I'll go over the council archives where we actually learn some fun things. So basically this microsite just had a bunch of items you could click on, and it would give you a bit of information about those items, kind of like they were in an evidence lockup and you were kind of learning more about them, you know, like as Caitlin kind of. So first thing we look at is a cafeteria tray. Now, when Caitlin first goes to the prison to free Vi, well, she's not actually going to free Vi. She's going to question a survivor from an incident where there was a bunch of shimmer that was exploded, and one of the thugs got shot and got arrested. But she was pretty sure he was shot by her own person or her own team, so she wants to question him as to, you know, who did this and who do you work for? She finds out when she gets there that he's not going to be able to talk because his jaw gondon got fucked up with the cafeteria tray. Who hit him? We don't know.
Could have been
anyone.
Some mysterious, yeah.
So,
Mysterious pink-haired inmate.
cafeteria tray. First, you notice the smell. A marriage of coagulated blood and inedible cafeteria food. You flip the tray to examine a large dent on the back. The sterilized surface may be cleansed of all the remnants of its violent history, but some memories can't be washed away. The prisoner is someone with whom you prefer never to cross paths. And then there's a stuffed toy. Aging threads loosely hold this childhood memory together. If you had to take a scientific guess, you'd say this was probably a rabbit. Its bright magenta fur tarnished and faded by years in an unforgiving environment. We were all children once. What remains of that time in each of us, a mystery. So, when Vi was a kid, she had a stuffed bunny, and some bullies threw it into some, you know, some wires that she couldn't reach. And she kind of points this out to Powder when they're kids, to point out, like, you know, we all have bad days. This is and there's my beloved stuffed animal. You can see it from here. I've never been able to get it down. And that's that.
This hurts so much more because our daughter has a stuffed bunny that she sleeps with every night. So Caitlin got it. Give it back, you bitch.
Technically, Vi got it back beforehand and gave it to Powder before she left to turn herself in, using the next item on the list, a pneumatic tube. You spin the cylindrical container around, searching for any means of opening it. It resembles canisters you've seen in the pneumatic tubes that run throughout the Citadel. Surely the Undercity harbors no such technology. The prisoner held on to this for years. Whatever message lies inside must be of great importance. So when they accidentally blew up a town, or blew up a building in Piltover, the enforcers were like, no, we gotta bring them to justice. So the head enforcer gave Vander a pneumatic tube and said, hey, if you want to do this, send this to me, and I'm the only one that will see it. So Vi decides she'll turn herself in. She sends the tube up. That's the tube in question here. Doesn't end up being able to turn herself in because shit goes wrong, but that was the idea. And then we get to see Vi's intake form, which has a few interesting things here. One, it's weird that the intake form exists at all, since Caitlin specifically says, when she goes in there that her file mentions kind of no crime. And this file has her specifically charged with the malfeasance. 2, there's a line here that says, investigate this further. Prior to the prisoner's escape attempt, she was heard muttering about some type of powdered substance.
I get it. Yeah.
It's powdered donut, I think.
Probably a donut. Classic.
Oh, fuck.
And 3, there's a crossed out line in her profile description saying, prisoner matches description for the suspect in apartment explosion earlier this week. But somebody has crossed it out. Now, we also see various incident reports from Vi's time in prison, which basically outline all the criminals she's attacked, looking for information about powder. Here are a few fun quotes from these reports. After searching through 516's cell, guards discovered a stash of weapons. Weapons were identified as objects used against number 516 in prior incidents. So people keep trying to attack Vi with weapons, and she's not having it. I appreciate your discretion on the caretaking of prisoner 516. I will stress again that it is in both our interests to not let word of her imprisonment reach beyond these walls. You'll find within this letter a small donation to the Stillwater Hold's Prisoner Activity Fund. As the warden, I am sure you are aware that no such fund exists. I trust that we are now on the same page regarding prisoner number 516. So I know that one of the things that we had actually talked about when we were watching Arcane was like, it's a little weird that all this time that Vi's been in prison, word had never gotten out to Silco about it, because that seems like exactly the type of shit that he would know immediately. So, you know, it was kind of nice getting this detail that, like, no, Marcus was actually paying off Stillwater guards specifically to keep that shit quiet.
Yeah, I remember some of these things, because I did go through and look at all these when it came out. Yeah, I kind of like that. I mean, I always felt a little bad for old Marcus in some ways. You know what I mean?
Who's Marcus again?
He was the sheriff that betrayed the other head sheriff and got her killed, and then also is the one who arrested Vi before she could go back for Powder, making Powder think she abandoned her.
Yes,
and then also the one who was a huge dick bag. He got in over his head real early. He was some young blood who thought he was hot shit, and man, he learned otherwise real quick.
I thought, never mind. Maybe I'm thinking of, I gotta go back and look through these fucking these archive council archive shit now. I'm curious.
Yeah, it was very interesting. We do get a lot. We get basically all the accounts of Vi just beating the shit out of people. It was pretty great.
I thought there was something in there about her time spent in between. I guess I thought there was some amount of time she spent in between the end of episode 3 and when she actually was put into prison. And but I could be wrong. That was like outlined in those council archives somewhere, but I don't remember.
That I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
Yeah, I'm probably
could have been.
Yeah, who knows?
I know that when we do find her, you know, she's kind of in a cell by herself. One of the incident reports was definitely like, okay, she's beaten up too many people at this point. Like, not only the prisoners are on edge, but our guards are on edge. None of them can control her. Like, she needs to be in solitary now. So that's why she's in solitary when we first meet her.
Sure.
And we also see Powder's journal here, where we kind of see her slowly unraveling after losing Vi. And we see the slow transformation of who she became by the time we get to episode 4 of Arcane.
Mm.
It was very cool. There was a lot of cool stuff there. I would like this information to be more readily available, because a lot of it's very, very neat.
Yeah, it's hard, because obviously it's just kind of a nice little supplemental thing. I'm not sure where I mean, I guess you could put it on a collective universe page where you'd keep all your shit together, but you know.
They did an entire documentary, 6 episodes about the making of Arcane. If you can't give me a fucking one pager with all this cool shit on it.
Yeah.
That's all I got, though.
Nice.
Cool.
Now, we do have some cinematics, some of which are canon, some of which maybe. Who knows? First up, Enemy. It's the music video.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. So this is the music video for the opening theme song of Arcane that has a bunch of not clips from Arcane, but like unique animated scenes that don't actually appear in Arcane, just kind of, I guess, fleshing out some background. So, while Arcane is canon, certain scenes in this video definitely don't seem canon to me, so I doubt this is canon. Although, oddly enough, Imagine Dragons' presence in the music video, not one of the things that is not canon, because they do canonically appear in Arcane.
I erased that from my mind, John. Why did you bring it back?
Sorry.
My one big complaint about Arcane.
Oh, shit.
She is at one point giving a boxing demonstration to one of the thugs that she ends up fighting after the big heist, and one of Silco's men, kind of one of his right-hand men that he uses when he breaks into Marcus's house. So my guess is that didn't actually happen. Also, she punches Powder in this music video, which I also don't think happened.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet.
There's a punch in her future.
If you
You know,
play
it's
your
more of a
cards
slap,
right.
I think,
A slap? No, I think she'd punch her.
That's
now.
like a backhand.
Oh my god, that's worse somehow.
It's the disrespect. That's the worst part.
Yeah. It's still with the metal hands, though.
Now, we also have that cinematic I talked about that never got released. Plus, we have an Arcane animation test that did get released, which has a very differently designed Vi having an intense fight with Jace on a rooftop in Piltover. This is kind of one of their early animations. I think they showed part of it in the behind the scenes documentary, and then they released the rest of it on the League of Legends channel. But it's pretty short. It's like a minute or two, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And then finally, we get Warriors. Warriors. This is right after the Child of Zon cinematic, or who knows how long. It is after. We don't know if it's right after, but Urgot gets freed.
What?
I know.
I thought for sure.
I don't know how this happened.
I like the idea of it being like literally right after, like they're leaving
like a
and those
week later.
cultists are coming in. Which way to Urgot? Oh, just down the hall to the left. Don't worry, we left it open in case you want to. Oh fuck.
I mean, Vi gets both of her gauntlets fucked up in this
Yeah.
in this video, so I hope
That's
she's got
true.
some backups.
I don't know.
This is,
I
and
guess-
she gets
sure,
one of her
right.
gauntlets fucked up in Arcane too, so she's gone through at least 3 gauntlets at this point.
We don't know
Yeah.
if this one's canon.
That's true.
Man.
Probably. Yeah. But yeah, that's canon and non-canon on universe. Vi.
That's the silver screen Vi.
Yeah, so it is.
Yeah. I imagine she has 18 million skins.
She has so many skins. All right, we got Arcade, Demacian Vice. As Ari locks in her character on the start screen, the synth-heavy score fills the arcade. Her button taps aren't random, but perfectly calculated as she guides her champ through the crime-filled Demacian streets. A crowd gathers, intent on watching Ari finally beat the high score set by her only days ago. This is Neon Strike Vi, which has no lore because she just got thrown in here.
After
Clearly,
the fact.
clearly didn't belong.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine.
I can never not look at her crotch in this skin. It's real weird.
Really
looking.
interesting. Okay, well
So
now you got me
rude.
curious.
Can't just say that people's
look at
crotches
that
are
whole
weird
bottom
looking.
area. It's just strange.
Kind of looks like she's got like a Borat
Oh yeah,
thing,
yeah.
on over her suit.
It just makes me uncomfy.
You don't have to look at the crotch. Her eyes are up there, hun.
She got bad posture.
That looks weird too. Yeah. And her arm's so thin. I'm just gonna click to the next one.
Next one we got is The Grind, Cops and Robbers. Nobody puts in the work like the Piltover Police Department. Who else can lock up the most sugar-laden donuts inside their merciless stomachs, rack up the highest of overtimes, and ignore even the most menial of paperwork? The criminals may be taking advantage of it, but even they wish they had the same work ethic. This is Officer Vi. After cycling through too many partners to count, the entire department had a bet going about Lone Wolf Officer Vi. But this tempestuous, impetuous officer has finally found her match in Caitlin, a sharpshooter with a quick wit and soft spot for pink-haired wrecking balls.
Oh. And her really pointy boobs.
Really pointy boobs. Mm-hmm. Now, this skin has some comics associated with it.
Oh yeah.
There's a 2-comic run called Punches and Plants. This is after Caitlin has been promoted, maybe. But this is basically a buddy cop comic with Vi and Zyra as partners, which is exactly as fun and cute as it sounds. Quick overview of the story here. Blitz gets brainwashed into being a villain who wants to destroy Piltover. So the crew, who is Jinx, Evelyn, Twitch, and MF, gather all sorts of weapons for him to equip so he's super strong. And he tries to destroy Piltover, but he gets defeated. And then Vi and Kate want to know how he got brainwashed. They assume it was Victor, so they go pay Victor a visit. But there's a really cute interaction here between Blitz and Victor, so they go there, and Blitz is like, "Father!" And Victor's like, "Oh, I saw you on the news trying to destroy the city. I wish you had come to me first. I would have given you some villain tips and tricks."
That's so cute.
And Blitz was like, "Father, I am an officer of the law, Father." And Victor's like, "Oh, how disappointing."
I like how you can't not say it like, "Father!"
Father! And then we find out that it was actually Annie selling toys that can take over electronics. So she does that to take over the city and force everyone to play with her. But Jace gives them an invention to help save the day. So
where does Zyra come into play here?
Zyra's Vi's partner the whole time.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
she's around.
She's sometimes she bumbles, sometimes she's useful.
Like a cop partner or a
her
romantic
cop partner.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Yeah. They go undercover once, and her disguise is to wear a mustache. Doesn't work out. People recognize her.
Because she's a plant.
Her name is Zerio, I think she said. Like, they saw through Zerio, Vi! Help!
Oh, I love that.
It's a very cute comic, though. I think you'd like them.
I love Zyra.
Yeah. Next up, we got Crime City Nightmare / Debonair. Power, wealth, and glamour collide in the penthouses and exclusive clubs of Knox Vegas. Where truly beautiful people...
we've had to have heard Knox Vegas.
I don't think
right?
we have.
Okay.
I feel like... I don't know. This feels like my first time hearing Knox Vegas.
It does feel like
Yeah.
it.
But I like it.
We would have keyed into that, yeah.
Where truly beautiful people hold the world in their palms. Yet as night falls on the City of Lights, the knives come out. Influence is the name of the game, and nobody likes to lose. This is Debonair Vi. Don the yellow power tie and red rose boutonniere of the woman in charge, and herself, her destiny, and the 24 spines she's gonna snap in effortless, elegant style. Next up, we got Demonic. Set in a demonic realm, each champion is a servant or ruler of hell. We got Demon Vi. One of the great generals of hell, Vi brutalizes the tormented with acts of martial savagery, arbitrarily raining lazy blows upon the damned. Invoking her in the mortal realm must be done cautiously, as she responds only to a worthy opponent, and only for so long.
Lazy blows? Like, she's just like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. She's like,
Yeah,
slaps
just
you.
like,
And they still
As
go
your
flying
punishment,
across
you
the
go.
room.
You could have held for all eternity to have someone walk by and kind of go in your face every now and then.
This skin gives me huge Karlach vibes from Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, it came out before that, but huge. If you're a fan of Karlach, check it out. Hot. Also, fun fact about this: on her leg, she has a tattoo that saas "Vi Vi Vi,"
Oh, it does, yeah.
which
Bye, bye,
is
bye.
666.
Oh, okay. Does it though?
You prefer the Backstreet Boys?
Backstreet Boys, John, get the fuck out.
This guy,
You prefer the
98 degrees.
I'm not gonna. Is it LFO?
Now you're just fucking with me.
Next up, we got Project. Among the megastructures and packed streets of a future controlled by global corporations, a shadow war rages between rebellious augmented humans and newly empowered artificial beings. The winners will shape the course of history, and the losers will be forced to evolve. This one's Project Vi. Street smart, brash, and always bluntly honest, Vi is a central detective working to keep law and order in the Neon City. Toughened from her days as a lower sector enforcer, Vi keeps the peace with a pair of Atlas gauntlets and a mean right hook.
And a boob window.
And a boob window.
It's very shaded. You can barely even see it.
It's
I'm saying,
tinted.
it's the darkest tinted boob window I've ever seen in my life. Why even have it?
You gotta get right up in there.
It's so they can see out, but you can't see in.
That's where she puts the camera, right in the cleavage.
Now, there's a short story with this called Of Rats and Cats and Neon Mice. This is one that we recently talked about with Vane, but Jin's killing folks, so Vi is sent to catch him. While investigating, she runs into Vane, who's super powered and super upgraded and awesome, and she kicks Vi's ass, and then demands the upgrade cube that Vi was given as a gift for a recent promotion she got. Kind of upgrade cubes are how people get like new powers and augments in this. So then Vi's partner calls her for help from a real shady black market bar pretty far away. So she agrees to trade the cube to Vane for a ride to her partner. When they get there, it turns out her partner was trying to make a deal with Jin and sold Vi out for her upgrade. Jin goes ahead and murders her partner, and there's a big old fight. Jin brings the building down on top of him, and before they can capture him, and his head, which in this AU is just a drone with insect legs sitting on his robot body,
Yeah.
obviously, pops up and skitters away. Vi pushes Vane out of the building right before she's about to be crushed, but Jin gets away, so Vane's still big mad at Vi. And there's a cinematic, too, called The Hunt, where Vi, Vane, and Jin are in a big old showdown, kind of. The whole cinematic is just them charging their weapons with a Vane voiceover, and then it ends right before the fight starts.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, tune in next time.
Lovely.
Next up, we got PsyOps.
Yeah, we do.
The crown jewel of military black ops, the PsyOps unit are an elite team of psychic soldiers deployed against rogue militaries and supernatural threats. Officially, they don't exist, but when conventional warfare won't cut it and the stakes are no less than the fate of the world, PsyOps answers the call. This one is PsyOps Vi, a hand-to-hand combat specialist trained in physically enhancing her blows with her mind. Vi takes care of hard targets for the rest of the PsyOps crew, generally by rushing ahead and punching them apart. She will fight anything and everything, including the old bipedal winter mechs from the Arctic Ops event 40 years prior. And there's a video here called Operation Songbird, where Ezreal, Master Yi, Shen, and Vi are rescuing Sona from a super high security facility. Vi is Operative 6. And, cause VI.
Yeah, what do you mean?
VI. And her power level is 10. Much like the rest of her team.
It's not
She's-
it's not
except for
six.
Ezreal.
She's wearing
fuck.
so many bullets on this outfit, just around her thigh, around both arms. There's bracelets of bullets on her hips, on her fists. The big giant fists.
Do you think
have
that
huge bullets on them.
she tells people that she enhances her punch using her mind powers,
And
but
they're
really
just
there's just bullets.
I can see that.
Sure.
Next up, we have Arcane Vi, which apparently is just canon Vi. So I'll just sprinkle a few fun facts in here. Her inmate number was 516, which is VIVI if you put each put each number as a Roman numeral.
Oh.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I get you.
And then Vi is left-handed and weighs 8,140 pounds with her gauntlets on.
Yeah, that Hextech doing work.
Right?
Multiple metric tons. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So think about that in that barroom scene where she's punching Savika and Savika just walks away.
She's using shimmer, John.
Her arms are real heavy.
Hey,
It's
Shimmer
very hard to-
don't fix a broken spine.
It might.
It might, right?
Yeah.
Next up, we have the name of this AU is just a heart emoji.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. The preppy and perfectly poised heartthrob clique don't have much in common with the heartache crew, who would much rather be ditching class to hang out at the skate park. But they agree on one thing: they've had it with this silly made-up holiday dedicated to people catching feelings. So why can't they seem to shake the butterflies from their stomachs?
How
This one's so
appropriate.
good.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so happy Valentine's, everyone. We're
Yeah,
recording
happy
this on
Valentine's Day. This one is Heartache Vi. Shall I compare you to a rose? Your spikes like thorns against my side. Like a vine, you've coiled through my dreams, trellising my mind. Wild like the violets that thrive beyond the garden's bounds. Life's simply better now that you're around. Will you go to the dance with me? XOXO, Caitlin.
Aww.
Now, y'all ready to have your fucking mind blown here?
Yes.
Okay, sure.
So there's no short story or cinematic associated with this. There is a whole-ass game, which was only released in OCE,
What?
which involved Caitlin baking cupcakes with the help of Vi and Amumu.
Like, was it like a flash game type situation? Like, just like a little thing? Or like...
I think it was in client. I think it had in-game
Okay.
quests, but also Flash components. It was a way of testing out some tech that they hadn't tested out before. So they wanted to test it on OCE because it was an English-speaking server with enough players to get a statistically significant amount of feedback, but not enough players that, like North America people would get super pissy if shit didn't work. But yeah, so they got an exclusive release there. There's some interesting Easter eggs, I think, in the game and the splash. So in Caitlin's locker, astronaut Timo, there's a picture of astronaut Timo, an alien meep, and a UFO. In Vi's locker, stickers of Jinx, Little Devil Timo, and Pentakill, as well as a picture of Amumu and Vi can be seen. The game features Moo Cow Alistar, Moo Cow Alistar's Moo Cow Milk, and Moo Cow Butter as ingredients for the cupcakes. Which, yeah, I mean, he's a male
just a
cow,
branding
but I don't want to
thing.
think
It's just a
about it.
branding thing.
Okay. Yeah. It's like his mom's milk, but he branded
I
it.
don't even want to go that far. I just branded. He just signed the sponsorship deal, right?
And cupcakes and mooncakes are available for purchase according to a menu board in the background. And this is an allusion to Spirit Blossom of Phelios, who's affectionately called Mooncake by Spirit Blossom Set, in the same way Vi calls Caitlin Cupcake.
Aw.
Okay, interesting.
That's so cute.
Next up, we got Fury and Fang. Those lucky enough to be born with glowing markings on their skin are revered among their people as Favor Claw. I don't know why this is a funny name. Bramble Claw. These special Tigraborns are destined to represent their community and demand the respect of others with their strength. They each hope to conquer the world in the name of their kind and become the leader feared by all. This is Primal Ambush Vi.
This is new.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Respected throughout the land for her strength, Vi is known to all as the leader of the Favor Claw. Although many envy her status, she stands above her competitors, unfazed and eager for any challengers worthy of her furious fists. Until then, she searches the world for a mythical wild stripe said to transcend a Favor Claw's power to unfathomable heights. And fun fact on this one, the marking on her cheek on this one is Javanese script. It's the Aksara Jawa, which stands for the number 6.
Oh.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
This skin's cool as hell.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Next up, we got Warring Kingdom. 3 great empires vie for land and power, bringing their all to bear in a test of martial might. Armies will clash, heroes will rise, and legends will be made. This one's Warring Kingdoms Vi. Vi is the mighty enforcer of Azir's will. Ugh. A ferocious, ruthless combatant who thrills in any challenge, no matter how outmatched she may be. Her gauntlets are carved from mystic jade, and each strike connects with the power of a cannon.
Whoa. I don't think I've seen this one, really.
I feel like I've only seen it from TFT.
This
can
and
see
the next
that.
Heartbreaker Vi. I don't feel like I see either of these ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
Sorry. It's the last one.
Next up is Be Mine. Set in a world where romance dominates. Each of the
What?
champions wear romantically themed attire.
She does not have a skin in this. She doesn't have a bee skin?
No, it's Be Mine, not bees.
Oh my god.
That B
I thought this
E
was the
E.
bee skin.
I thought it was too. I thought you were like, I got you, son. Like she's got a bee skin too.
That's the crossover between the two with the Valentine that says Be Mine, and it's
Yeah,
got Be
must be.
Timo on it.
You really enhanced the bee in it, is all I'm gonna say.
It's Bzz Mine.
It's not the bee skin, you fucking moron.
Oh god, what would her bee skin be?
I know
Vi.
her name's Vi.
Fly?
Doesn't really work.
Fly.
Fly.
Vibes.
Okay.
Oh, that was pretty good.
I like it.
I'm trying to remember what her abilities are even called.
I know.
They're all like they're
Vault
too long.
Breaker.
Yeah.
Cease and desist.
Vault B. Okay.
Cease and desist.
There it is.
It's like you're saying cease and be cis, like cisgendered, which is
It's a wild move for Vi to have.
anyway.
Heartbreaker Vi. Vi plays fast and loose with the rules of love, leaving a long trail of broken hearts and sometimes bodies in her wake. After many years, she's finally encountered a new rival worthy of her strength. Almost too worthy.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Who knows who it is?
I was gonna say, is it Caitlyn or like what's a like?
I don't know. I
It
think
looks like she's being knighted by
she's being
Fiora
knighted
in
by
this.
Fiora.
And she's
Oh,
holding
okay.
out a handkerchief for it. I don't know.
Oh yeah, so you're right. Oh, like a little token or whatever. Okay.
Yeah. Whew, we finally made it to fun facts, guys. Are you ready for some facts that are fun and fun facts?
Really ready for the fun facts.
Yes.
Vi is voiced by Sia Court in League of Legends and Legends of Runeterra, and Haley Steinfeld in Arcane. Vi was conceived as a girl on roller skates called Ruby but went in and out of development for 2 years before finally becoming the Piltover Enforcer.
That's why I wonder if they use some of that for like Zeri.
Neon
Zeri,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Kind of a combination of Zeri and like her Neon Strike skin.
Oh yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Originally, her gauntlets were a lot darker and had a number of dents and dings on them, which thematically makes a lot of sense, as they'd likely be dirty and beat up given the number of doors Vi punches through on a daily basis. But the in-game read on that was terrible. So the muted colors didn't pop from the background, and the dents looked like visual glitches at the game height, so they just removed all that and brightened it up. And everyone was like, oh, she looks better now. Originally, Vi's prototype Atlas gauntlets were created by Vido Violante, a former apprentice of Coven Revik, Oriana's father.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
So, 6 degrees of Oriana separation.
Sure,
Yeah,
that's
I
a
like-
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Should be.
I love that.
In earlier versions of her lore, I mentioned this already. Yeah, she doesn't remember her name, so it's the Vi. Before the release of Arcane, Vi and Jinx were often theorized by the community to be sisters. This is referenced in Jinx's release with her quote, "You think I'm crazy? You should see my sister." Players equated Jinx's antagonizing of Vi specifically as sisterly bonding. Although Jinx only antagonized Vi specifically on English-speaking servers. Other servers, she antagonized other champions like Lucian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe they're brother and sister.
Maybe.
Sure, yeah.
I see it. Hermit, who is one of the shopkeepers on the Howling Abyss, says to Vi at some point, "You look like your sister." Oh, wait, I'm not supposed to talk about that.
That's really funny. They're like poking fun at themselves now.
And there is a significant indication that the pair did grow up together, but with Vi currently suffering from amnesia, Jinx has taken it upon herself to try and trigger her memories.
Great.
Vi is in her 20s and around 5 years older than Jinx.
Oh.
Vi performs the Ali Shuffle while taunting. It's kind of his, like Muhammad Ali's little ring shuffle.
So it was like a singer. I don't know why.
Or like Alistar. Her
or
dancing.
Alistar. Yeah, sure.
You know how Alistar shuffles along to his cowbell beat. Vi's dance references the Dougie. Vi and Caitlyn both gain the On the Case, Piltover's finest status when they find themselves on the same team, which is kind of just a cosmetic status. Having Jinx on the opposing team gives Vi or Caitlyn the Catch Me If You Can quest, which gives a cosmetic buff. Jinx is causing chaos again. How obnoxious. Criminals apprehended equals X, and it'll keep track of how many times you've killed Jinx, and it will give you 1 extra gold per time you take her down. An enemy Caitlyn, taunted by Vi, will gain the agitated cosmetic debuff that just says, "How agitating," when you hover over it. Vi's theme was sung by Nikki Taylor from Running the Risk. Vi is the shortest champion name at 2 characters long, just coming so shortly after the longest character name.
Oh, yeah.
Neat.
Vaultbreaker and Cease and Desist apply all airborne variations combined. Each of them give a knock back, a knock up, and a knock aside.
Nice. The old hat trick.
Yeah. You thought Caitlyn had the hat trick. Vi is one of only 9 champions who can apply crowd control to themselves. I never noticed this. A light on Vi's back turns on when Blast Shield is off cooldown.
Oh, shit. I never noticed that.
No.
Yeah. Vi was the first champion ever revealed through a forum thread.
Oh, wow.
Vi, Zed, Sona, and Garen were all champions targeted by Deadeye, who, was Jin before he was given a name. After Vi was shot, her champion icon on the League of Legends website page and champion list were updated to a GIF with which seems to be energy floating up from her gauntlets. Vi and Jinx are one of 7 pairs of sibling champions, not counting the Ornn, Anivia, Volibear trio, because they're not a pair.
Whoa.
Okay.
Don't at me.
Oh, okay.
And the part of Piltover behind Vi in her splash art is the same as the part of Piltover behind Jinx's, but Jinx has destroyed it.
That rascal.
And that's it.
That's Vi.
Good stuff.
Yeah, how's everybody doing? How we feeling? Any final thoughts? No, I mean, I like Vi's character a lot. I can't wait to see more of her in Arcane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look
Excited.
forward to revisiting Arcane Season 1 and obviously
Yeah.
Season 2. I think that'll be the real Vi, deep dive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was Vi. Thank you so much for listening. We have a Twitch. It's at Loreheads. John streams on Saturdays. He does CFT and ARAMs with viewers. If you want to play on with him, Mark and I often join for the ARAMs. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah.
Come have fun with me.
Do it.
Fucking get in the chat.
We also have a YouTube. We post clips from these episodes, videos. You want to see our beautiful, beautiful faces. They're so lovely.
I showered and everything.
Oh my god, I showered too. Today? Yeah, today.
Today even,
It's
yeah.
today. Yeah.
Right? It just, who knows when, right?
John, it's okay. You're still clean, probably.
Nice.
You don't leave the house. Or you haven't today, because we're snowed in a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
We have a Discord if you want to find some people to play League with, chat about lore and other silly things. Please join the Discord. And we have a Patreon. We're about to record some more Patreon content soon in the next couple of weeks. It's exciting.
Yeah, we recently
Silly
stuff.
posted
Yeah, we
a video of us trying to draw champions.
Yes.
Very, very
From
poorly.
memory, it was really bad. Even if we were good artists, it would have been rough. But the combination of bad memory and bad artists was truly something special.
Chef's kiss.
Creatively,
Yes,
yeah.
so good.
Where true genius, thrives. Right?
Thank you so much to all of our patrons.
But a very special thank you to our Medarda tier patrons, King of Hearts, Big Man Gnomes, Mr. Dead, and John Has a Dig Bick, which I swear I'm going to get wrong one of these days. I'm just waiting for it. If you had committed crime in Zon, I would cover your trail so that Vi didn't punch your spine out of your body.
I mean, they were just knocked out. They're probably fine, right?
Yeah. They just have little cartoon birds tweeting around their heads.
Little lumpies.
Yeah.
I feel like Vi would have gotten in a lot more trouble if she killed the Medarda kids.
Yeah, well, they don't die now. They die later
Oh,
from
okay.
traumatic
Yeah,
brain
it's
injury.
an internal thing, right? Yeah.
Well, please be sure to join us next week, everybody. We're going to talk about Hot Cross Buns himself, the Ruined King, Viego. The look on Mark's face.
Can we not?
I know. Can we skip Viego? Will
It's
people
fine.
notice?
No, it's
I
fine. It's fine.
actually
It's
did
fine. It's
forget
fine.
that
It's
he was next week. I thought it was going to be Victor. I was kind of excited, and then now I'm not.
Nope.
fine. Maybe
Victor's after.
maybe he'll be good. Maybe he'll be good.
Okay, Mark.